Here's the list of skills that you should prioritize when leveling. Hey guys, welcome to my leveling guide for the Sorceress. Normally, I would start with her mobility skills, but she doesn't have any, except for her shield, magic armor. This shield gives a 10% movement speed buff at level 7. For me, it's not worth it to level it to level 7 just for the speed buff. Instead, I would rather get another DPS skill so you can clear bosses and mobs faster. So let's get into her DPS skills. Her first DPS skill is Wall of Fire. Use Wall of Fire for the buff in the first tripod, priority target. This increases the received damage by 6%. So this is perfect against bosses and maybe okay against mobs, but normally you want to just one-shot mobs with your strongest skill. Next, we have Freezing Rain. Use this skill when you're surrounded by mobs by casting it on top of your character. You can also use the skill to kill mobs from afar or just hold them into place to follow up with your main DPS skill. I strongly recommend to level Freezing Rain to level 10 as it has lots of uses. For the first tripod, take Magic Sacrament, for the second Ice Ball, and for the third Mighty Element. It is important to take the second tripod Ice Ball to make it instant, and the third one is just for more DPS. Your next DPS skill, Breath of Undead, is the perfect mob killing skill. It has a good range and decent damage. I strongly recommend to level the skill to level 10 and take Magic Sacrament, Tsunami and Split Flame. For the second tripod, you can also take Spray Fountain. I like to take Tsunami more as it increases the damage by 40% instead of just 30%, and it also increases the range of the skill. Next, we have your main boss killing skill, Lightning Bolt. This skill can also be used as a mob killing skill as the AoE radius is really high. For the tripods, take Damage Area, Energize and Arcane Secret. I recommend to use your skill when you have your identity up. So this is the skill speed when your identity skill is not up. This is the skill speed when you have your identity. The casting time is a lot faster when you have your identity. Next up, we have Alloy Elements. This skill is already good at level 7, but I also like it at level 10. If you have enough skill points left, level to level 10. For the tripods, take Quickly Prepare and Reinforced Formula. If you like to use this skill at level 10, you could either take Perfect Crystal. This will make the skill faster, or my favorite for mobbing, Shove. This will increase the explosion radius and increase the damage, while it also pulls together mobs. This is the skill at level 7. As you can see, the skill is delayed. This is the skill when you have Perfect Crystal as your tripod. The explosion radius got smaller, but the skill is also a lot faster. This is Alloy Elements when you have Shove. So every time the crystal moves to a new stage, it pulls up mobs together. Fireball is your second main DPS skill. I strongly recommend to level the skill to level 10 and take Superiority in Strength, Find Weakness and Arcane Secret. For the second tripod, you can also take Fury Funnel if you like it more for mobbing. If you like it more for bossing, take Find Weakness. This skill also benefits from your identity skill, like Lightning Bolt. This is the cast time without your identity skill. This is your cast time with your identity skill. Next up, we have Hail of Icicles. This skill is really good at level 7 already and has good damage and a good AoE area. So use it to kill mobs or to deal some nice damage against bosses. For the tripods, take Magic Sacrament and Damage Area. You do not need to level the skill to level 10, but if you have some spare points left or you really like the skill, then you can take Ice Needles to increase the damage even more. Lastly, we have your filler skill, Vortex Gust. Vortex Gust is perfect if the enemy just has a little bit of health left and you don't want to use any of your hard-hitting skills. I recommend to only take the skill to level 4 and take Quickly Prepare. It does some really good damage and only has a cooldown of 11 seconds. This is really good as the Sorceress has some problems with her high cooldowns. For mobbing, all of the previous mentioned skills are good. I would only replace Vortex Gust with Meteorite. Meteorite is your main DPS skill when you reach level 50. It does incredible damage, but is really slow. Use your identity skill. For your ultimate, take Dome of Envisa. You can also take Open Skies, but I feel like that skill is a little bit random. Your identity skill Blink is not really used for leveling or for mobbing, as the skill uses a lot of your skill bar and you can normally just dodge out of stuff. In bossing, you can use Blink as an emergency button when your dodge is on cooldown. So that's it for my leveling guide for the Sorceress. I hope you guys liked the video and see you next time.